Warm greetings to you all. It is my privilege to welcome you all for this 3-day online national level faculty development program on hybrid classroom, ICT tools for teaching and learning, being organized by Research Culture Society in association with late MC Parmar B.Ed College, Vadodara, Gujarat, which is affiliated to Sri Govind Guru University, Godhra. The program is framed in a way that we will practice to create some e-contents in the first 2 days of the FDP, and we will use the same in the virtual classrooms finally at the end of the program. So, the ultimate aim of this FDP is to make you learn and practice and making use of the available ICT tools with a minimum technical knowledge. Rather, we can use it for the online classes and in our regular teaching too. Virtual. This may not be a new term for most of us. We should agree that some of us are imbibed in this virtual world. Why am I saying so? Because we have started seeing this world only through the virtual eye most of the times. I mean, the camera lens of our smartphones. We forget to enjoy the pleasantness around us. We are keen in capturing the moment and save it in our mobile phones. Either the digital natives who were born after 1980s and the digital immigrants who were born before 1980s, all are knowingly or unknowingly getting into this virtual world. According to McFarlane, the definition of hybrid class is a course that combines face-to-face classroom instruction with educational technologies, often using some online devices. A significant amount of learning in a hybrid course occurs online. In a traditional face-to-face classes, much of our time is spent on lecture and in-class discussions. In a hybrid or blended course, both the traditional classroom lecture and online learning activities are used. A flipped or hybrid classroom model reverses the order of the typical lecture-based course. In the online environment, students are expected to study and review short video lectures, read lecture notes, and go through the PowerPoint slides which we have given as a reference for a particular topic before coming to the class. Then, the class time is spent and devoted for applying what students learned from online study materials through small group or team-based discussion. Then there will be some working on activities in the class and we can conduct some debates too. A flipped classroom also allows students to work at their own pace in the online environment. Flipping also allows students who have already mastered a subject to spend less time on a topic, and those who need more help can spend more time and review materials as much they needed. This also allows instructors to more effectively manage class time and provide students with faster feedback. So, in the traditional classroom, the role of the teacher is a sage on the stage. The teacher always used to occupy the center of the podium and used to recite what he or she has referred for the particular class. But in the flipped classroom, the role of the teacher is guide on the stage. So here the teacher becomes the facilitator of the course or the class. Here, the role of the teacher is he or she has to be beside the side of the student and encourage him to be the active participant. Now let's observe some factors affecting this. Some factors affecting this hybrid teaching and learning. The first one is changing role between the student and the teacher. Here the student becomes the active participant and the teacher becomes the facilitator. The teacher evolves into coordinator of knowledge sources who is also capable of handling and processing the pace of learning. The students' attendance and examination requirements are replaced by active participation in the learning processes, development of individualized learning area, and multiple or two-way basis of evaluation. The time frame of training process changes into a lifelong learning endeavor for the learners. We all aware of this Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Let's apply this theory for various behaviors exhibited by individuals engaged in hybrid learning in higher education. In terms of physiological well-being, we do not come across any physiological obstacles like hunger, accessibility, indistinct noises, etc. These obstacles will not be present to prevent access to learning materials in the hybrid teaching and learning. In terms of safety needs, the learning environment must be able to address the different needs of international or disabled students, and at the same time, peers and instructors must be able to provide a psychological feelings of safety to encourage participation. In terms of belongingness, the instructor must be able to facilitate a sense of belongingness among learners, especially in a group-based synchronized setting. Discussion forum can be used for this purpose. In terms of esteem needs, individual learning must be fostered to promote active and independent learning. And finally, in terms of self-actualization, the learner must be able to attain a purpose-driven learning process. Hybrid learning allows a flexible approach to learning process performed collaboratively by the student, the teacher, and the participating experts or institution. The key feature of hybrid learning is that it can be adjusted according to the needs of the learner, the course, and other significant indicators such as pace, time, and space. Unlike the traditional learning approach, hybrid learning could offer an array of opportunities for time and space constrained individuals. Hybrid learning has been found conceptually effective and applicable in forms of collaborative learning approaches in cross disciplines, institutional bridging, and in non formal settings. Now let's see some principles involved in good practice of hybrid teaching and learning. The first one is it encourages student-faculty contact and it encourages cooperation among students. There is a collaborative as well as peer group learning in this environment. It encourages active learning inside the classroom and outside the classrooms too by using the social media platforms. It communicates high expectations among the students as well as with the instructors too. It is giving prompt feedback for the course. Then there is a respect for diverse talents and ways of learning. So ultimately, the aim of the teacher is to engage students. The teachers face competitions from technology in the classroom because of decreasing attention spans, especially from the millennials whom we are dealing with in our regular classes. We face a new challenge in engaging students who have grown up jumping constantly from one activity or application to another instantly. We used to blame the younger generation for getting addicted to the smartphones. But what about us? Some of us also addicted to these social media platforms. We are spending and we are wasting most of our time irrelevantly in the social media platforms. We started enjoying and believing the virtual environment. Millennials or digital inhabitants, we can say, these types of students enjoy experiential learning or learning by doing. Experiential learning allows students to engage in the learning process through active participation in activities involving critical thinking too. Students also engage with their peers, receive feedback from the instructor, and reflect on their experiences. We can strongly recommend this pedagogical approach of learning in the flipped or hybrid classroom because it allows students to engage in active and experiential learning. Hybrid instruction blends the use of technology based asynchronous teaching methods and traditional teaching methods to give students more control of their own learning and promote greater interaction and cognitive engagement. Thank you for watching this theoretical aspect of hybrid teaching and learning. The next video will be about practicing ICT tools to create e-content. Thank you.